left in the playoffs, and G2 feel right before it. Nuke has been a go-to map for them, and Heroic now have to reverse sweep after losing their pick in the series. It will not be easy, but when is it ever easy in CS?
True. Oh. Do you hear anything, or is this...
No.
Okay,
it's
give me the
worry.
sound effects.
No, that's your job.
Okay, I'll do it. Ah, they brought him back. I was so ready.
They put the pressure on. No one wants to hear you pew pew. It's instead P250 outside, and Glock's running down NiKo. He hits a nice one. Oh my god, he is in a lot of trouble right now, and he couldn't find a second target. 2 kills come to the good of G2. Big flank. Oh, and he takes the shot, but no connection. Not to the kill, at least. 3 on 4. Shush, this is a precarious position to play the dual Berettas. Bomb is still trapped to his right side. And while they've cleared the lobby, they know that G2 are slowing it down in the yard. But they just can't get a grip on it. Back to main. Shush, aiming a far up close, he transfers. NiKo will still get the kill. And m0NESY's in heaven as well. Now the bomb can come through main, and G2 not in a bad position at all.
Oh, now m0NESY able to get involved, and he spots out that last player as well. They know that Nerds has to make this rotate happen. He's going to try and beat them down the vent. Gets in just in time, but NiKo a little faster, and that pistol round, well, it's sort of the ancient story all over. It's NiKo and m0NESY stepping up and getting the job done for G2. Gotta say, the vibe is looking good in the G2 camp right now. If we look over at Heroic, the ones that are tasked with having to recover this, for me, it's going to be important that one, NiKo doesn't start 0-9 again.
Well, he's already off to a better start.
I know, he's already doing better with 1.
Every little counts.
But also, just think, even down to that matchup yesterday, how important and how much better Heroic look when both NiKo and Nerds are looking good on this map. I think it really frees up some of their options. These two are the ones that kind of swap out those yard duties. Sometimes you'll see Nerds start off over towards heaven, and then NiKo takes it. And in rounds where he doesn't, they might double up outside. Sometimes Nerds gets aggressive, and NiKo is the one playing that rotate area. But they're gonna be paramount here if Heroic do want to recover.
Contact ramp. Tessus is deep down secret. G2 won't make noise. They just use this to take hell control, and NiKo finds out the hard way. And not only out, they are in with another round, it seems, looking to convert on their pistol. Vent drop is heard, so they're ready for a player at single door. Safe plant. An exit will come in, but ultimately stress-free for G2 on their conversion for now. m0NESY is very good at the game, if you didn't know.
Yeah. He's part of a very exclusive club, really. It's just kind of him and Donk at the top end of the stats.
No, not even just the stats, just the eye test. But the stats as well.
Terrorists win.
Well, if I can see clearly, I see a 2-0 for G2. Whether that's in the map or series remains to be seen. Maybe both. Heroic are going to have to dig deeper than ever before in this game. A team that had a fantastic debut to this year, right? Think about the Katowice. They beat Astralis in the play-in. They beat Vitality. Suddenly, it felt like this team could be a lot stronger than just the pieces on paper, but choked it at the major. Sure, great win over FaZe. Nothing else in the elimination stage. And it's still hard to put your finger on how good this team is, but failing to make yet another playoff for Heroic would be disappointing for what they probably believe their level can be.
Yeah, I mean, you even heard Nerds in that interview piece with Yanko that played during the break say we're going to be a top 5 team at the end of this season. And he said, mark my words, you can remember that. So, and he's had faith in this squad since the very beginning. It was him back at Kato who was giving all the interviews saying, I think we're going to make a run here. That was fresh off the formation of the squad. Like, you didn't even really know where to place Heroic. And as you say, they had some very legit wins at Kato. Of course, locked out of playoffs by this G2 team, who are now looking to do it again.
Yeah, and right now, it's a great start to this T side on a very comfortable map for G2. NiKo's nailing them. m0NESY 2. Now we have G2 getting ready for his upper pop. Hunter can split main. Zoney kicks in the site. Got a good gun for the job, but what a job he's got to do. Up the vent with the flash. Kicks and gives it away. Shush. Oh, that's a surprise, but he can't convert it. And m0NESY gets both openers. NiKo has fallen in, but not long for this round. 3-0. Easily done for G2 Flawless. Now the buy comes out. Integral Heroic start early. When we saw them styling on this map the other day, like you said, it was that 1-2 punch of NiKo and Nerds outside. Some very aggressive outside rounds from NiKo, or even Nerds flanking lobby at times. But if you consider who you're up against on those outside T control rounds, it is NiKo. No easy feat.
Executil getting thrown in while Hooksy tries to make a play, and it's a drive-by. Doesn't quite get the second. Nearly good for the kill to kick Sam, but nearly won't cut it here. He's able to get out into main. Flooding over him. NiKo's in at the back of the site now. All that stands between them and it as his teammate rotates in through heaven. G2 come to a bit of a halt here. They know where both players are now. And so with that info, they're going to react quickly. m0NESY makes it down the vent. Meanwhile, Hunter taking all this space over towards Hell. They're trying to toy with Heroic, and they have split the defense. NiKo kind of has to react by taking lobby control here. When it goes quiet like this, it's the only option he's left with. But that will open up this top site for G2.
This is weird, though, because m0NESY has the bomb, so Hunter will just say, I don't know, I can't find him. He's got to be here somewhere. He's probably in lobby. m0NESY still has to cross, so Hunter trades with him. m0NESY hits the shot. That's out of nowhere. Free plant. And Tesses, who had to at least consider that B was an option, has been dragged back up into the unknown. 1v2, and they've taken their positions. Only dangerous, this plant isn't necessarily for the hut. Tesses could get a full stick off. Let's see how he opts. They wrap door. And that will allow them to just swing it together. Another 2K from him. And G2 just keep the good times rolling.
Yeah, it all started back on that first map of Ancient with NiKo kind of getting the ball rolling. But the moment m0NESY got switched on, it felt like he didn't slow down throughout the remainder of that game. A real late game activation. And he's brought that momentum with him into the second map now. And that is, the whole prospect that makes G2 still tantalizing is that they're able to do so much when it's only m0NESY who's consistent. If you do start getting mileage out of NiKo, then how much better does this team get? If Hunt is able to start delivering in key matchups again, how far could G2 go, right? Like, even managing to make a run at the major largely on the back of m0NESY. I like what Heroic do here, because they take lobby and sure, Nexa hears it, but they don't hang around. They immediately drop double lower and reset. They're going to have a lot B, and very quickly as well. So G2 need to put a lid on this round right here, right now, and it's not coming easily. Good flash play. NiKo can't convert the second. 2v4. Heroic full control now with the bomb and guns upgraded. That's great, because the call from G2 just comes off the back of hearing like 2-3 in lobby. They just rush B. But Heroic were just as quick down lower after making their presence known. They don't wait for G2 to retake lobby. No, they know exactly what the reaction will be. But don't count G2 out.
Weird clutch round. Maybe now you can. Nexus trapped a long way out.
It all kind of hinged on Hunter finding something there. That would have opened up a route for Nexus to try drop in the vent, catch them as they're looking to deal with Hunter. With him falling immediately to Nertz's 3K, there's no winning this for Nexus, and he knows it. Will Nertz be able to round it out with a fourth? Nexus really put himself in the firing line down here at B, and he realizes, I don't really want to be here. So he'll go creeping away, looking to hold on to this rifle at least, but a key round for Heroic to win, and not one that they were supposed to. Nice idea cooked up by Kixan. Very well handled for Nertz, who was constantly under pressure there down towards that lower site. So the form of Nertz, still not looking like something we can doubt. He's certainly, since their year started back in Kato, we haven't seen tremendous consistency around it, but he's looking in form for this game right now. G2 going to go back to this outside control, this time a little slower. But that does give time to NiKo to creep up on this AWP.
We'll look at the fake out. The AK is ready in main though. It's a perfect gun for the job. He hears him running. Kixan knows what's coming, and he does deal with Monacy on the front. Until with the bomb, it's at least info for Heroic. They know that G2 are never going lower. NiKo gets a responding kill, but it's still Kixan disappearing into the mist. Can he take lobby? Potentially even backstab? Nexus making his presence known, so this is just G2 looking for kills, and they're not coming in. Finally, Nexus turns around to punish that flank. 2v3, bomb coming through main. Shush in the open, in a world of hurt, and Nexus hits a nice headshot. Suddenly, G2 have got reason to believe.
Tessus is on for this ramp push, but Nexus hit every shot that's been needed so far in this round, and that's the one that eludes him. Can't quite complete the kill to Tessus. NiKo's made noise in the vents, but that flash out in the yard will signal to NiKo where NiKo has ended up at. And with Tessus so low, it feels like it's on NiKo to win this round for Heroic. NiKo now knows where both players are. Swinging on out, Tessus offered up, and NiKo is jumpy, jittery, trying to land the pre-fire. NiKo goes swinging, and it's clinically done between him and Nexus to turn that one back around into G2's favor.
This is business for G2. They are not sweating. NiKo does not look stressed in that clutch. He plays it to perfection, never jumping the gun on the hot swing either, knowing he has a very good position for that post plant.
That's a 2v4 turnaround from G2.
Solid work. Poor Kixan, who gets a double opener, makes the right play in lobby, but Nexus turns just in time. And yeah, everything's flowing for G2 now. It does feel like they could become unstoppable in this game.
Like one series where NiKo and Monacy both top the charts for G2, and you can't even keep up with them. Hunter going to try his hand at a fast round out through the door. Util to support him, and they just bludgeon this top side. Nert's dead. So that's the round already done. Yeah. Heroic left saving. That's a fast top site exec from G2.
What a confidence call that is, right? G2 have a deep strat book, a deep playbook on this map. They've got the experience, they've got the wins to back it up, and when you're winning clutches like that, you know you have Heroic on their back, and G2 just execute. Instant A-rush. The entries come through for Nexus, and there is nothing left to do for Heroic but save. It's just a sign of the times there for G2. And now, in the back of Heroic's mind, the G2 can pull that off any round they want. Whoa. Crosshair was there, but NiKo keeps his orb.
Terrorists win.
Look at that little smirk on Taz's face.
He knows it's happening.
Yeah. He knows when a team has entered that plow mindset.
Yeah.
It's nice as well, because actually you see Taz looking pretty stressed in the G2 jersey. A lot of the time he's kind of having to pick everyone up and be the guy keeping them dialed in, but right now G2 are doing it themselves.
Wearing a G2 jersey takes years off your life, whether you're a player or a fan. Oh, and the pressure of that potential back-to-back A-rush gives HooXi room to drop down vent. When they see the door nade come, they get scared of a rush. HooXi is now down below. This is a nice position for NiKo, and with Nerds covering above, Heroic can stop the meeting HooXi down B. NiKo won't remain forever, and they'll hear that runaway as well, so G2 know they have room as they go for a standard wall of smokes. Tess is exploring the B site. They know for certain HooXi is down vent, so they know they can't drop down this point of rotation. Are G2 really going into an A split? HooXi's coming up. This is ballsy, but it just might work.
Heroic have bodies here, but it's HooXi surprising NiKo. He wasn't ready. Okay, that happened. And Heroic actually might win this round now.
Oh, he's got the bomb.
Bomb dropped at Kicksan's feet. And a weird exchange over towards the CT vent. Means that Hunter and HooXi have got to cook it up. You've seen NiKo deliver rounds. You've seen m0NESY do it. But how will the rest of them fare? They're going to try and pressure Kicksan in the lobby. But Hunter has been slowed as he hears them dropping out from the heavens.
Oh, no way he gets that one, and he knows that Shush dropped as well. Hunter, masterclass on the A site, looking to just finish the job, and that is beautiful from Hunter. That may be the best round from him all tournament. Wow. Absolutely threaded the needle on that play, and that's another comeback round for G2. Was that a 2v4 as well? 2v3 and 2v4. My oh my. Miraculous. And this is the G2 when they're performing, everyone performing to the level that these names would suggest. Pulling off these clutch rounds, HooXi in the heads with some fast calls. I can't believe they get HooXi down vent. They throw the wall. They go for an A split. And despite that, NiKo still somehow gets 2 kills out because they're fumbling with Molotovs to burn him out of vent. He gets 2 kills with the orb. Still no problem. Okay, G2.
Yeah, this one's looking very, very good for the G2 squad, isn't it? Hunter even got a fist bump. I don't think he's had one of them in months.
Nice position again for Nerds. They will be able to get to red, though. Nothing he can do about that. Oh, HooXi. Oh. Lazy clear. Lazy clear. It will cost you. It will cost you your life and maybe more. Nerds mauls them. My, oh my. Can't take them all. NiKo taps out NiKo, and Heroic. Flash in the pan. But a fire started nonetheless.
Yeah, beautifully done from Nerds to recognize the opportunity that he's been given there. Takes all he can out of the round, and it's flawless for Heroic. Out of all the ways to try and recover it, a 7-1 scoreline, sticking the landing on your first rifle round flawlessly is not a bad start. And because these last few, they've come down to clutches, right? You've had 2 players surviving, 3 players, 1 player. They've all been very expensive. So that money is not infinite for G2. Far from it, in fact. They lose this round, suddenly Heroic starts streaking them together. And this game tightens up.
G2 snuffed that out before it even begins. The wall comes down. NiKo's walking through the smoke. Oh, finally punished for these fake outside rounds. And fortunate that that nade lands a little bit short. It allows a cross for Hunter into garage. And he could do something with this for sure. He's going to play late, let that ramp stack go in first.
Awkward for m0NESY. Caught lining up the util, and that's a nice freebie for Tesses to pick up.
Just gaining ground.
Might have to be the hero again. Ooh, NiKo makes noise going up the ladder. I have no idea that Hunter's here, but just turning to deal with it now. NiKo, good timing on that. And so this one kind of peters out for G2. He makes it down the vent, but not for long. They've already got a player down there. And so Heroic, this is the start of the streak. That's another flawless round as well. 2 in a row. And it's about to become a third as that G2 money is now fully gone.
It's late in the day, but maybe Heroic can wake up in time here. 5 rounds on the CT side, at least with how this game begun, it's... well, you'll take it.
And it's that duo of NiKo and Nerds that have been paramount. Topping the board right now for Heroic. Good to see that NiKo didn't let that slow start get under his skin.
Yeah.
m0NESY Deagle. Oh, the timing on that. He jiggles it for so long, and then the moment he goes to run across onto main, that's when he gets swung. NiKo homes in on the Deagle. He at least manages to pick that up from m0NESY's body. That's the only exciting part of the round.
Oh, do you really want to mess with NiKo here? Shush does. It's never going to get out of control, though. Not at this rate. There's enough bodies in the yard. Someone do something. And Nerds will make it so. This is always meant to be easy for Heroic. 1 Deagle and no shot. Thank you, Kixon. Here we go. Last chance for G2 to make a mark on the T side. Or Heroic maybe picking up steam near the end of the half.
Yeah, it's really scary the fashion that they've won these rounds as well. You know, they haven't been close. G2 went from 7-1 up, winning clutch after clutch, not even breaking a sweat, to suddenly 3 flawless rounds in a row for Heroic.
Feel that.
In a game that's quickly slipping through their fingers somewhat, or at least in a half that's slipping through their fingers. You don't want to feel like you let Heroic back in.
No, they were dead in the first 8 rounds or so. But hey, G2, they might have to earn it. I'd say they're good for it. Nerds, great position, and it's not going to go clear again. Hoopsy finds out the hard way. Nerds, stop it. 2 kills and then some. Hunter's low. They're going to go back to this A split. It's just been so good to them, but Nexa gets blocked. Broken open, doesn't matter. Nexa's crossed all the way. Tessus has got to be aware. But Nexa peeking for the lockers. Great shot. And now Heroic, they have no idea where this one's ending up. It's so uncertain.
Oh my, yeah, that's crazy. Shush. Glad he doesn't commit to that. Kickstand waiting at the double doors down on B. Spots both remaining players, but can't keep them at bay. Fast rotate down the vent for NiKo. Over at ramp, Shush moves in, but that plant's gonna go down for G2 unless NiKo swings out and denies just m0NESY, trying to regain control, but he can't. And so Heroic, they take 4 in a row to recover from being 1-7 down in that first half.
Hey Future Pros, stopping an A rush on Nuke can be vital to your team's success. So let's look at the door molly, which is a staple piece of utility when playing the map. To throw this molly, you should always be the first one up the ladders to heaven. When at the top and while running, aim your crosshair at this point shown. There can be a bit of variance here, so don't worry about being 100% aligned, as you don't have a lot of time for this. Then keep running and throw the molly. Sometimes the Ts are committed to the A rush, so be wary of a smoke extinguish, as this will be a good sign that the Ts are coming.
This started really good for G2, but towards the end of that first half, things turned sour with a star-studded performance from NiKo and Nerds doubling up for Heroic. They suddenly get a second win down the tail end of this game, and it ends up being a very competitive affair. The pressure still on for G2 here on a classic map for this squad. They've got to hope their CT side can see them through the night and into the playoffs.
One spot remains, and Heroic are just grasping at straws, trying to get back in this game. And A-Rush can do it, but Hunter! Heroics again from him. He has shut them down and shut them up out of nowhere. This guy, he's only got 9 kills, but they're some of the most impactful kills in this game. 2 huge 3Ks. Just in time. What a shot.
NiKo a bit of a boring player, but Hunter, I remember a Hunter flick.
Stable as ever. Okay. That's just reality check Heroic.
I'm going to try and go ramp. X's domain here.
He'll drop off after one. It'll be fine. I mean, he can hang around. When you hear those Glocks, ooh, the bloodlust. Heroic gonna struggle to get any nades out at this point. Checking on that A site. Where's the bomb going? That's what I wonder. It's on silo. What's the goal? And, well, it might just die. And there's Monacy. Oh! Absolutely wrecking him. Don't think the bomb was getting anywhere in that round. It's going to be G2 keeping it flawless. And this is it right now. This is Heroic kind of requiring this first gun round, or the hole. It gets dug deeper, Harry. All they've got are shovels.
Yeah, it's certainly not the ideal place to find yourselves. You know that G2 are going to be running a bonus round here. So Heroic, the odds for them to find a way back in aren't terrible. But G2 are certainly going to come into this round with ideas. They're going to have to. Maybe a bit of aggression out of Nexa on that MP9. He's supported by Monacy early on over towards ramp. Hello. And they're even looking to send him through this ramp smoke with a flash. Popping in, he gets his real estate, and Nerds will hear this, sure. If anything, that kind of lowers how much Nerds could look to get away with here. Instead, he just kind of has to hold the ramp and see if he's pushed. I actually like that Nexa doesn't commit to going there.
NiKo could nade this smoke. He might not want to give away his position, but we don't have any pre-rotates towards B. So right now, G2 are kind of in the dark. That's a big nade. Sets Monacy up for one. He's got another one. Doesn't see anything. Kicks and crosses secret. There's NiKo going for it a little late to the party, but we appreciate the effort. 5 on 4, and while Kixon is down B, that bomb isn't comfortable crossing in the open.
The bomb never went with him, right? They didn't want to get it trapped on that side of secret, but the downside is now you're just kind of stuck with the bomb at red.
Kind of has to end A. Is it like that round where Hooksy came up vent?
They
main smoke.
Yeah, they've also lobbed in the hell smoke, so they've slowly but surely cut off some of these sight lines that are open. You're kind of hinging on Nerds being able to find good impact on cutting down these rotate players, and with so little time left, Heroic have got to move very quickly here.
G2 never really considered it. They only saw one player make it down, but they don't need to worry. It's a 5 on 3. It's a set-up situation as they group on the ramp for this retake. A late vent drop that can't come too early. They clear the first man. Now Hooksy can move in. He will die as just remains covering, and Kixon responsible for the bomb, just trying to dodge early death, trying to buy a few more seconds. That's awkward for Shush shot. Can only see legs, and Kixon's dead. It's G2 with that 5 on 3 retake pushed over the line. Of nothing. Perilous outside cross, but winning the round is a farce.
Yeah, I mean, G2 have done their homework. They know what to expect in these rounds where Heroic get down B. They know to be ready for Nerds back in the lobby, and they didn't let him find any impact there. They just chased that kill down at the first convene, flushed him out. It becomes a far easier round for G2, right? It allows them to rotate freely around the map. They get set up to retake through ramp, and they take it cleanly. Nerds had to do a hell of a lot more in that spot if Heroic ever wanted to win it. So now they try to run back this topside exec, and once more, Hunter puts a stop to it.
A is closed. Hunter is putting on a show. Another 3K. 3 3K shutdowns. That one's on Anti, but if Heroic get the entry, if Hunter gets none there, that round falls apart. So again, we're classing that as a high-impact Hunter round. And he makes it look pretty as well. Goes gunning for the third. Confidence out of Hunter. If he can bring this form into playoffs, Harry, G2, they might be here for a bit of a show. We have a competitive playoff bracket already building. Mal's looking fantastic. Astralis with a stomp through. Virtus Pro are never an easy opponent. And did FaZe win? Yes, they did. G2 looking to join that list. Liquid as well. Things are shaping up in Chengdu.
Oh wait, Tesses is in the game. He finally gets a kill here over on the T side. And it's an important one at that. With NiKo dead out in the yard, it's opened up a path down here into B. And with only Hooksy between them and a B-side plant, rotates have had to come through for G2.
Only?
They really have. As 3 players now find themselves down on lower. They leave top site in the hands of Hunter. But with what he's shown us in this game, that's a capable pair of hands right here. Oh.
Finally.
Had to say it.
Can't keep it up forever.
Down. Yeah.
Nice fake down lower. Tessa sells it with his single kill. And I mean, G2 look like they want to fight, but if Heroic just pull back and don't give a kill away, there's no way G2 go for this, so it's going to be that save. Heroic get it done. Little fake out lower into a hot pop from Shush, and the 1 kill required. I like that play. m0NESY breaks window from afar, making it very clear, and then he nades the door. Even Tess isn't aware how close HooXi could be. Nice exits. Available for Nerds. He's taking heads. Shadow shown. They don't seem to notice. HooXi fighting for survival, and that bomb will finish the job. So a bit of damage from G2 on the way out, but Heroic do find a round. It's a long road, though. I'm not banking on this yet.
Even all that damage found at the end from HooXi does a good job of keeping Heroic vulnerable, right? Like, they win that round, they get to survive, but they ain't living yet either. Timeout called in for G2, Taz getting vocal. m0NESY's able to bring out the AWP, and that one, it all hinges on getting away with that kill out in the yard. Being able to throw that round into disarray. G2 essentially having to just react to the limited bit of info that they have. Got caught pulling way too many players away from the top side of the map. But G2 know they still have a very good chance to end this game here and now. So with the pause to accompany it, let's see what they've cooked up. NiKo going to break this smoke open again. Once more, it's him v Tessez in the head-to-head, but this time, Tessez is wounded. He's injured by that util, and so he kind of has to slow down. They boost up NiKo on that AWP.
You saw him.
He's going to have to be prepared to go toe-to-toe with m0NESY. It's a big ask, but he's up for the job. NiKo, there's the opener. With that, once again, this outside space is taken by Heroic.
Oh, he just gets back into safety as those flashes land. No one from heaven facing. NiKo looking at that AWP. He's got a cross to
his
get
head
it.
is telling him, you are an AWPer.
Yeah. It's a bit too in the open right now. The smokes are faded. Heroic are just fighting on this cross. They're going to go dry. But G2 don't want anything to do with it. So they're allowed down towards B. This might just be a save for G2. Positionally, they're not in this round unless they all rotate ramp together. This is a lurk kill, but Nerds getting it is such an issue for G2. He's not ready for more, but I don't know if that's even temptation enough. Heroic have done the same thing. They've crossed silent down secret.
And I mean, they got burned last time by over-rotating down towards B, so you understand why they don't. Even as HooXi puts up a second, that won't interest G2 in attempting this one. AWP saved. NiKo goes and grabs it. All right, Heroic. Now you've got our attention with the second found. Back-to-back rounds donning the board in favor of this Heroic squad. That gap starting to close up, and the G2 money nearly broken through.
I do like what G2 are doing, though. They notice these smoke walls keep coming, and they're just like grouping nades and doing 2-3 nades around on the smokes. They haven't quite hit those timings perfectly yet. They did in round 3 of the half, but they know how to stop this control. It's, you know, a little bit comes down to luck and timing of those nades, but Heroic are avoiding it very well and delaying post-smoke, crossing dry when G2 stop fighting. NiKo is putting the fear in them.
I mean, you feel like this is the round surely where m0NESY gets to take that AWP over towards outside, right? Up until now, I think it's made a lot of sense having NiKo be the man out there kind of trying to hold it down all on his lonesome. Especially before NiKo was donning that AWP in the first place. But we won't see that. Instead, it is just NiKo back to the yard, and m0NESY instead takes that AWP over towards ramp, and that frees up Nexa to go for a fast B drop here.
This is nice, because G2 has just never had any control down lower all half, and so, yeah, aside from that panic rotation, or HooXi throwing himself into a 1v4, you know, it's not like G2 have had a chance to stop this control in B. Good spray, NiKo converts it. And so finally, Heroic lose the timing on that outside cross. Oh, the fact that NiKo hits that is impressive, but NiKo sustains the wound. And now Heroic have to mid-round it. They have to switch it up on the fly. Nice hell smoke thrown in. They try and cross around the world. Nexa could try activate. NiKo final bullet kills kicks and crossing. if Nexa made a move, he could uncover this whole round from lower. But it's not like G2 have to play.
I like that he's not, right? Like, just him being down at lower confirms to the rest of G2 guys, we don't need to worry about it. We can keep everyone else up on top.
That's awkward.
That's getting out with a kill there. And this will open up a path for him.
Yeah, Nexa
now
now
gained
on the clock.
He's playing it very, very passive.
1 kill is great because it's still an early warning. Even if he gets traded, it'll be 3v2 retake, but he needs that 1 kill or survival. He'll take the latter, the safer option, playing the numbers with his team.
Yeah, m0NESY moves in quickly from ramp. It's just a tag onto NiKo. Enough to soften him up, and Nexa goes on to finish the job. Shush, dead as the molly forces him out. There just isn't time to win this. And G2 fast drop everyone down lower. They get that elusive round they've been searching for a while, moving them on to match and series point now, just 5 kills away.
It's a huge adjustment because G2 finally just have info, and that's the difference maker. They know whether or not that Heroic are ending B, because how many rounds have G2 like seen them crossing, but then they lose vision, maybe the smokes fade, they go back into their bomb site, and Heroic dry cross. You know, G2 don't know how many numbers are down. Next is that early warning system that allows everyone to get set up. And that is it, folks. G2, 1 round is all they need for playoffs, quarterfinals, and Heroic will be removed, eliminated, sent home in the 3rd loss in a row to this G2 team since Katowice. Will be a bit devastating for Heroic. But G2 have certainly played up to the level today. There's been some flubs here and there, but Hunter's had a great game. m0NESY and NiKo were super strong across both maps. G2 poised and ready to finish what they started.
I mean, G2 came into this already as favorites, and then when you finally have all 3 of your stars actually offering up commanding performances, it's no wonder that they find themselves in such a good position right now. Next, he's going to get help here, and a lot of help at that. NiKo's even available as he takes up position over in heaven to be that 3rd man in towards ramp. So there is a lot for Heroic to get through here as they set their eyes on ramp. They might never live to tell the tale. That m0NESY AWP fires off for the first, and with support from Nexa, they keep the advantage in G2's favor. Can he get away? They're right there, dropping in a missed shot from m0NESY. And that's carved a path down into lower. Now 1 man already down here. Hunter sits poised to rob this round from Heroic. Quick to arrive, but sent packing. Hickson will deal with him.
That's a jump of the gun for Hunter. You feel like maybe he's hearing the smoke and thinking they're planting immediately, but they still had their guns out. Like, the smoke actually bounced, it missed, and so he just swings on that audio cue. But if he waits for the bomb, there's going to be 1 less player who can fight him. So, anticipation. We saw that earlier actually on Ancient where NiKo dropped the smoke on the bomb in the pistol round and Hunter just swings. So eager, too eager, and Heroic lived to fight another round. Damn, felt like m0NESY was good for more than 1 there on ramp. Surprising misses. G2 just can't get it over the line yet.
Another timeout used for G2. I don't think they're worried yet, but now ignoring the trader rounds, the kind of trader blows that we've had over the last few between these squads, Heroic still in fighting form. They're just tasked with being in a really tricky spot. They have to be flawless from here on out. Thankfully, it's just those saved guns that G2 have to work with here. So for Heroic, they really only have NiKo and HooXi to worry about. So they're going to go back out into the yard. Once again, NiKo taking that AWP there. try and put it to work in case these rifles look to get involved outside in the early round. G2 leave that A site entirely empty.
It's a good gamble.
All ramp or yard for G2.
No need though for that smoke. Finally, NiKo's got to trim that silo player off. Ooh, tapping, but doesn't connect. Hunter, he actually crosses right past the player to get that AK. And then gets his revenge. Go on. Just about escaping that top red, top main. They're everywhere outside. Just trying to find one more shot. Kixon so low. Hunter needs to finish this one. NiKo is even coming back out to Orb. He's found m0NESY. There's guns gifted. There's G2 with a shot. m0NESY eats a bullet. HooXi falls with a pistol. And m0NESY, vengeance is sweet. They're in trouble now. This is not a clean anti-eco. It was meant to be. But low health on 2 players. And Hunter roams elsewhere.
Oh, nuts on the ladder, caught falling off. And this gets really awkward now. Heroic are going A. They're going into Hunter's AK. Oh. They will get rid of him. Kixan, ballsy call to make.
He dropped.
Dropping down. Nix is already here.
He doesn't.
But he won't think this. Why on earth would they go B? That means they rotated into both G2 players over the course of this round. And so he's going to be left too far away to justify giving this 1v2 a look in.
He can go for the AWP in secret perhaps and just go for that save, but yeah, there's not really much else to do here. Positioned on the wrong side. A gamble that almost paid off. Man, Heroic just don't want to give it away. They don't want to go down without a fight. And despite almost letting this round slip through their fingers, Nerds getting caught in lobby. Hunter putting that AK to use. Heroic standard tool yet again. Is overtime really viable? From 12-7.
I mean, this was, what, 11-5 at one point, right? Like, G2, they feel like this one should have been over a long while ago. Now, don't get me wrong, that last round was just the hero guns, right? And they were able to get it very, very close. They're hoping that now that they bring the guns out, they can get right back to their winning ways. Book themselves a spot in the playoffs and send Heroic home, and m0NESY looks to do that now. Kill found to open, Kixan knocked out.
That's awkward because they were going to fully commit until they saw the AWP, and the cancel is called by Kixon. You don't want to go running into m0NESY, bearing down on you like that. You know there's so many more rifles in the site. G2 with a great read to start this round off.
With how you've had to slow down here, even that's annoying. It's like you knew where m0NESY was for a moment, but you know he's going to keep it mobile on the AWP, and they actually use him to hold this long sight line. G2 re-aggress into the lobby. This is a really nice mid-round move.
Oh my.
And so now they know, right? The intention was to go A. That wasn't Nerds on a lurk out through the hut trying to do something solo. That was Kixan trying to lead the charge. And they spot m0NESY's AWP posted deep into the lobby, but he claims another life for the price of that info.
Oh, he just misses the tail end. Maybe he saw something. Either way, they've got this B player. 1 kill will do for HooXi. Again, he plays the info as Nexa did before. That provides a path for m0NESY to rotate safe. Doesn't want to commit to it. Knows they can come back up. It's under question right now. Heroic are seesawing back to that top side, but it's not going to get any easier. m0NESY never uprooted from his position. Molly in main at 20 seconds. And playoff bound for G2. It feels like there's no way Heroic can stop it.
Yeah, Hunter and m0NESY here, and Hunter's been stellar in these top site holds, but he will get run down straight away.
Plant.
They got to get this bomb planted, and NiKo keeps it coming in. NiKo turns his head around and deals with Nexa in the heavens.
How?
G2 thought that was it. They thought this was done. Heroic battle back for a 3-on-5. And this gap continues to close. NiKo. They just don't know when to quit. And even if this kill gets presented, you're left with half the time left on this bomb. This is a crazy round to even be considering if you're G2. And so they won't. They write it off.
Dude, what? How do they lose that? I mean, like, sure, missed shot from Honesty, but I'm surprised he didn't wallbang the bomb. He knows that that bomb was right there. If he wallbangs it and hits it, he wins the game. It's done. There's no time for a second plant. That was 5 seconds on the stick, and he goes for the close kill. He misses it, sure, but then NiKo goes on a tear. 2 heads off on that A side.
I'm almost more surprised that Hunter's fighting, right? Like, he's in a very safe position. They can't be heaven.
Everything about that.
He's in at the back of the site. There's
like,
8 seconds left,
that's
right?
A tilter.
Yeah, that one
That's
will
a
get under
tilter.
your skin. There were so many moments where you could have won that.
I mean, this game should be done, but Heroic are making the most of it. A ramp rush is a desperate call. And Nexa rather can't grab that gun on the drop down. He's got to smoke it off. Let them have the room. He's only got a default pistol, for crying out loud. And he even fires it to break that window and get back to safety. I mean, this would be despicable for G2 to close it here, but so far we have no reason to believe they can. This game has gotten far too close for comfort. 11-5, 12-7. Now G2 playing for the final round of regulation. Heroic, take a deep breath. Holding all fronts. Letting G2 make the mistake. But it doesn't seem like they're shuffling any further. They want confirmation. Nexa can provide that on B. NiKo holds heaven on A. And Heroic make the right gamble. There's near nothing Nexa can do but call for reinforcements.
Smoke to give him a bit of forewarning is nice. It means he's not instantly fed to this Heroic ramp take, and that will allow NiKo to rotate down. Gonna try swing open the single door. They've heard him. They know he's here, but he makes a play through. He's edging the smoke. NiKo trying to tear it all away, but just denied.
Oh my. This game. This game. It rages on.
And it's Tessez in that round, the one sitting bottom of the board for Heroic. Barely even had to say his name in the second half. He comes up clutch. He saves them as they're trying to get that bomb planted. And Heroic are really doing this. 1 round away from OT. And Hunter can't even save the AK as Tessez bounds after him.
This would be a catastrophic choke for G2 if they lose this map. And then it only opens up Mirage, which let's not even think about right now. Because G2 should have done this. They should be in the playoffs. Heroic should be looking at their flights home. But they have held on. This is commendable calling for Kixon. Some of these mid-rounds have been perfection. The grouped crossing outside. The slowdowns in these 3v3s. Scary 3v3s where by no means are Heroic favored. The fact that they win that round 2 rounds ago with a 10-second main rush that G2 knew for certain, for sure, it was coming. This is insanity, and it all comes down to this. Regulation win for G2, or OT opened up for Heroic.
Honesty will finally take that AWP over towards the yard and puts it to work straight away. Feels like it's been a long time coming, getting him there with the AWP early, and they bottle it up for the last round.
Worth the wait, but he needs to be mobile. He needs to just win this game on his own, it feels. It's just 1 round, say G2, 4 kills. NiKo has something to say. The nade, they know where he's coming from now. It's a miss nade for NiKo. Oh, luckily Monacy is there again, saving the day for G2. We've seen this before. Couple of kills off the AWP. And NiKo just cannot find a clear shot.
So fast on every reposition, NiKo doesn't know where to look. And so can never quite get a bearing on that G2 AWP. In the meantime, Kixan's taken the bomb down lower. Nerd's left, as he often is, lurking back in the lobby. And so right now, it's Nerds alone, and NiKo and Kixan grouped for the B play. Heroic have gone on a crazy streak, one that felt like it could have ended so many times over, but they did all this from the back foot with the goal of streaking together 5 in a row to carry us through to overtime. And they don't want it to end with a whimper like this. They don't want it to be m0NESY robbing them of their chances.
Again, there is no 1B. Again, there is the open plant. I don't know if Heroic will expect this little control from G2, but they've gone back to just stacking that upper site and playing a retake. It's fine in the 5v3, but Heroic need to stick that bomb right here, right now. They need to believe in this play that they have. No spam. Vent rotate to cut down as m0NESY looks for his 3rd kill of the round.
He opened this with a 2. He's delivered this 5v3 to G2, and last time Nerds was here, he wasn't able to accomplish anything. But this time, it's his for the taking. In with this backstab, and they've got no idea. This is all of G2 right here. Backs turned. NiKo puts up another, and OT is just one clutch away. NiKo on the bomb, full commit, full 10 seconds, and Nerds doesn't buy it. There isn't time for NiKo, and so Heroic have longed this out into OT.
3v5 and the perfect lurk for Nerds, the perfect play. He could not have waited until a better time to sneak down on that flank. If he plays early, if he fights m0NESY, he loses. Instead, it's the backstab. And NiKo in the site, doubled up. No clutch for NiKo. No kit for NiKo. And we go into overtime. Unbelievable game we've got here.
What an insane story for Nerds as well. Like, in a lot of these lobby lurks, he's been read, he's been dealt with. G2 have been checking for him. And when it really matters, he's able to find that timing, find that space. And so Heroic have taken the last 5 straight. Is that going to keep up as we get into OT?
7 out of 8. 11-5. 12-6. 12-7, sorry. That's the entry. Caught looking nowhere. Hunter where with the 3Ks when you need him now as m0NESY rains down from above. Molotov forces him out. They can play a retake again, but G2, these have let them down in the past. Maybe not today. NiKo catches one. Quick upgrade available. The flank shuts down the retake of the lobby, and NiKo now needs to do it with a rifle, but some call this guy a rifler. NiKo's up and over. The molly's going to push him in. NiKo hits it. 7 health. 1v2. G2 side by side. There's no excuse. They need this trade, and they will get it. First round of overtime goes the way of G2.
Yeah, not the cleanest round, but they'll take it at this point. They finally put a stop to the Heroic streak. NiKo, that's more like it. I like that, playing with some balls as he comes up the ladder.
Yeah. I'm stressed and I'm not playing. This is such an intense game, and everything goes out the window when you hit OT. We see that instant main drop from Heroic. Like, they're playing with confidence. They're playing like they have the room to lose a round. That's fine. You can. They've been playing against elimination point this entire time. Now they finally throw themselves at G2. Okay, it doesn't work, but it's a limit test.
No, it is a limit test. I hope we see Heroic go back to something slower, because
the mid
rounds is where they've looked their best, right? Being able to outposition, outmaneuver G2, whether they're at an advantage or not, and more often they're not. And yet they still come up with the goods.
Surprised to not see NiKo's AWP, considering how these outside crosses have come through, but it screams that Heroic are doing something inner or ramp, because NiKo is getting fights outside if he wants them. Oh, NiKo crosses, and Tesses tries to go quick main. Are they still playing pacey rounds? Well, not now. Denied. Tesses looking very deep over silo there. Talking of that, m0NESY has an angle to T-spawn with the AWP. That's giving so much room to G2. Especially now knowing that no one's silo. This is suddenly a very uncomfortable round for Heroic, where they are constrained and they don't even know it.
If they're crossing back, okay, thankfully they're not going all the way back to throw the outside smokes. Yeah. They use this to try and Put some pressure on the top side, get a man down the vent, and Kicksan will do exactly that. Manages to make it down, but this time G2 don't just have one player trying to deal with him, they've got two. However, he quickly deals with Nexa, and right now Kicksan's doing a great job of selling this takedown at lower.
Tuxi and Hunter yet again.
Monacy will root, Monacy will deal with him.
No.
So the topside play now coming in. Hunter can't hold the line. Monacy up through the vent, strikes quickly, and it's all left on to Shush. The two top performers for G2 are the ones to beat, and Monacy, since hitting OT, even on the rounds building up to it, has not been missing. So Shush has got his work cut out for him and can't take it any further. G2 get into overtime, they stretch their legs, and now they start to streak rounds together. Heroic embarked on what felt like an impossible comeback. They got us all believing, but is that belief, is that dream gonna wither and die once we hit OT?
I mean, funnily enough, we're actually seeing G2 make more plays on this overtime on the CT side. Like they were playing not to lose with the advantage with the match point. But now Monacy is as mobile as ever. NiKo is pushing yard as well. That was how Heroic managed to get round to the end of their CT side with their Nerds and NiKo duo. G2 playing like stars. Oops. Blinded out. These nades outside have been tenuous at best.
It's an unfortunate nade to miss even, right? Because think about NiKo out in the yard and how often he's been trying to blow the smokes open. Well, you didn't get your nade in for any damage. And you don't have it now to blow this smoke open.
Yeah, but still, Heroic have gone very late again behind these smokes. They're not actually crossing. They want the kills. They want to make G2 believe they're not actually here. Meanwhile, an upper fake comes in. Nerds puts pressure on. G2 start to cross. NiKo hears every single step. They go quiet, but Nexa knows deep down they're coming his way. This upper fake turns into a ramp split. They can't come up vent without getting through Nexa first. They both wait in the fade. One shot is all it takes. Down vent comes CTs. We've got three here. Kicksan continues to find entry kills, but Nexa shuts the door, looking for a clean, flawless CT overtime half. They're walking his way. Nexa finds another. And Heroic may have the A side. They don't have the bomb.
Vent drop. Oh man, Nerds. Don't know how he gets away with that, but he's not going to take it any further. NiKo and Monacy are now both on the scene trying to contain this bomb, and NiKo will manage it. Flawless CT half, and NiKo thought he just won the damn game right there. He started unplugging everything. He thought he'd done it for G2.
Someone say, "What are you doing?"
Monacy yelled at him. What are you doing, bro?
Game's still alive. One more. They've been on CT side for so long. Surely. It's over by now.
He was like, wait, really? We haven't won this game yet?
One more.
And of course, they are disqualified now.
Yeah.
Here we are. Fast out. G2 against it, all obvious. They want this over and done with. But their speed might be their undoing. Churned up on the A play. It's just Monacy left standing. 1 on 3. And run down. Heroic keep the game live for that much longer.
That's what G2 did coming into their T side after they, you know, like 6-7 rounds in when they were dominating at the start of the game, if you remember that. They were in full control. G2 flex their muscles yet again. But Heroic pop their biceps with a pin. And we go again. 2 rounds for double overtime. 1 round for elimination and playoffs. G2 run it back.
Oh God, they really want this game over and done with.
They might have it.
NiKo's already warmed up the celebration. He's practiced taking his headset off. As far as they're concerned, or at least he's concerned, they've won this already. And they might have done that now. Heroic, a man down in this retake.
Unthrowable, you would say. The smoke in main. Heroic, they've had a great run. They've had some great resilience in this series, in this tournament, against Furia, against G2, but now it might be all over.
Gonna need something big. Nerds and NiKo still in the picture. These two have been the heroes, but not today. Snuffed out by Modesty in one hell of a sequence. And there's G2 locking in that spot in the playoffs. Quarterfinals secured for G2 and the end of the line from Heroic, who put up one hell of a fight here on Nuke. But sadly, when we got into overtime, when G2 played with confidence, there wasn't enough to keep Heroic in this.
Yeah, that's a 3P now for G2 beating Heroic every single time they've played this year. And even for Heroic, the third event in a row, they've shown glimmers of hope, but been unable